The future is going to be based on connectivity, collaboration, and co-evolution of technologies. The ability of super connectivity means a much more pervasive, collaborative world. You need to understand technology to be able to win in this game. The innovation economy is the largest economy of the future. Public transport in the future, of course, will have to be transformed. If you're talking about a new energy platform, whether it's electric, or biofuel, methane-based, really doesn't make any difference. You're going to need now to think about a couple of things that will drive this future. Where is your energy? How will you get your energy to where you need it? Clearly what's going to happen over the next 5 to 50 years is going to be the growth of megacities. So megacities, which for the most part will be closest to the shoreline around the world, megacities will be needing to have access to clean sources of energy. And if you look at the forecasts, and the Institute for Global Futures, we forecast there will be 150 new megacities over the next 30 to 50 years. Now the good news is they'll be close to the oceans. So if you can harness geothermal from the oceans, you don't have to travel very far to get to the next megacities, since most of those 150 megacities, which are made up of 10 to 15 million or more people, can get access to energy that's very close. So you don't have to carry the energy from someplace. It'll be coming from the ocean, if you will. Okay? So again, this is going to be very important. Public transit may be aerial. You may have megacities that are vertical cities that will be in the clouds, if you will. We may be building up. And if you combine vertical farming, vertical agriculture with vertical cities, all of a sudden now new kinds of public transformation with transport that is aerial, that is using alternative energies, we may be able to think about elevators that go sideways, if you will. We may need to have trains that use aerodynamics that instead of going one way may go even up. So we may need to rethink habitats and cities and think about energy and transportation in all of that, because of the future megacities that people will be living in, which need to be both socially and ecologically green as well as occupationally rich. Your entire world may be within an enclosed megacity, and maybe that megacity, because of pollution, may even be enclosed in a dome. So thinking about public transport in that regard, where you're going to have electric railways or biofuel railways that may be vertical, horizontal, may be part of it. The other part is public transport that uses teleportation. We will have teleportation in the future. We will be teleporting entire structures. First we'll learn to teleport synthetic things, non-living things, and eventually we will be teleporting living things. That will be in our future, and that will transform transportation. Are you ready to be teleported? Algae fuel has a tremendous future because as I said, I think the future of megacities is they'll be close to oceans. Algae fuel, algae agriculture or aquaculture could be very important for food sources or energy sources. The problem is scale. You'll need to figure out how we can scale. In other words, can we grow enough algae to produce the energy that we want? I have not seen good research that says definitely, but maybe new kinds of biotechnology that will accelerate fast-growing algae to produce energy. I mean, there's a new science called synthetic biology. Synthetic biology is you take engineering and genetic engineering and you put them together. With synthetic biology, we could create new forms of artificial algae that now will create energy that is very dense, is very accelerated, and could even be using in your home or in your apartment building or in your public transit. You could have algae or microbes that are producing energy continually, sustainably, to drive the vehicle or drive the home or drive even an entire city. So it's possible, but we need to do a lot more with synthetic biology to get to that place, to ignite that level of energy. Petroleum will always be part of our future. It may be less and less and less because it will cost so much more. At the point where alternative fuels are available, they're less costly, and they provide new opportunities, I think there'll be a mix. So there'll be a mix of nuclear, a mix of oil, and a mix increasingly more of alternative energies, biofuel, certainly electric, certainly solar and geothermal that will fuel our future. Within the next 50 years, we could be looking at almost 8 billion people on the planet, maybe even 8.5 billion people on the planet. We have 7 billion people on the planet today. So of course the big question is, what kind of society, what kind of planetary culture will we have? Where will people live? And I think the answer is increasingly we will be living in cities. Cities will be where the jobs are, where the quality of life is, and increasingly those cities will be distributed eco environments. They'll be green, they'll be places where people can make money but also be able to be with their families and get good education. We see this today. There's over 5 million people walking into cities all over the world today. In fact, it's the biggest mobility move of populations is towards the cities. So increasingly people are going to be living in megacities, 10 to 15, 20 million people per city, number one. Two, the city itself has to change. Increasingly those cities have to be sustainable cities, meaning cities will trade energy with other cities. The globe, the entire planetary system will be part in the future of a trading network for trading carbon credits and trading energy and even trading agriculture products and information and knowledge products. So cities are going to be very dynamic environments to live in where you live, play, work, love, have families, interact, but they have to be transformed so they're more environmentally sustainable. Now the only way to get there is to rethink. If you look at most of the big megacities today, whether it's Rio or Beijing or Brasilia, you look at the big cities around the world, we could do a better job at environmentally planning them. Some cities will be vertical cities. I call them cities in the clouds. We will design entirely new environments in the clouds. And we'll have to then think about what are the best ways to provide for a quality of life as well as economic well-being, whether it's security, healthcare, energy. And again, it's a lot more efficient to think about that with these cities as opposed to think about this as distributed environments. So I think the future of where people will live will be in cities, but the cities themselves have to be ecologically green as well as richly emboldened in terms of quality of life.